We're in a time now, the very exciting time of creating a new story and a new culture. And I think it's something that's happening on a global scale. I think that the Ecovillage movement is a model that I found and really saw how it was a holistic design of how people can be together, how they can find a way to sustain themselves in a way that they can also feel good about. I was raised without any kind of religious dogma. I was given a lot of independence and a lot of responsibility and accountability growing up. I think in the West we have this phenomenon now, the helicopter parents who are trying to deflect all negative things coming towards their little one despite the actions of their little one, which really teaches them that they can do whatever they want and disempowers them from taking accountability for their actions. The stories that we've grown up in, the stories that we've heard from our parents are the holes in them are showing up more and more. And in my personal passage, I'm trying to return to that place of how to create that process of growing up in a better way. I ended up entering the world of drum community in the United States, and what I saw there were some of the first experiences of real intergenerational community. In the container of a drum circle, everybody's kind of on an equal plane, and it also teaches us how to communicate, again, in the form where we learn how to really listen and also show up. Because if you're in a drum circle and no one's listening, it creates chaos in the sense of just nothing's matching up and it sounds terrible. But then if people are holding themselves back too much and haven't learned how to listen and show up, it's just incredibly boring. And community, in a sense, is a sophisticated form of people coming together and experiencing a sense of unity. That community is common unity. For me, the intentionality is really just awareness and consciousness and presence in the way that we're being. And I think that to be in an environment where that's supported and everyone there is trying to show up and really think about how am I showing up creates a very different reality. It's about developing a positive sense of identity and empowerment within the individuals in the community, so they're not trying to either take control or totally giving away their power, and seeing what emerges from there. It's also really important to have a model for how do we collectively discuss issues and how do we make decisions, how do we govern ourselves, what feels fair, do we want somebody to be in control, do we not? How do we keep transparency around that? How is everything going down in that regard? If you're living in a dysfunctional community, if you can find someone in that community or outside of that community who aligns and reinforces and can help mentor on different values that you might want to explore bringing into that community, you're creating an empowered citizen within their community, and then that effect just ripples out if that individual can hold that new way of being. I think it's infectious. In the world of eco-villages or intentional communities, I think they're creating a new culture within the community, and then they're also happening in the context of a larger culture and a larger community that exists around them. So that's actually a part of my personal advocacy within the community's movement, is looking at how do we make what we're doing here relevant and accessible to the larger community around us. In my particular focus, I'm an international representative for an organization called NextGEN, which is a part of the global Ecovillage network, where what we're specifically focused on is breaking down those walls. So we try to go in there and kind of spread the seed of, hey, there's actually places that are living in this way. You have the ability to be that person in your community. Here's some tools for empowerment. If you need like a little recharge, we're right over here, so you're welcome to come in. Yeah, so from here at Findhorn, I'm gonna be traveling overland to Senegal for the Global Ecovillage Summit, from where I'll meet with a friend of mine and then continue on to Togo, the country in which the community that I've been working with for the past 4 years is located. And in April, we purchased a piece of land where we'll be building a cultural immersion and sustainability education center. If you can dream it, you can do it. And to constantly presence patience in making progress, because the last thing you want is to be so connected to what you're trying to do that you're missing out on the opportunities to connect with other people or with yourself or with alternative ideas that may come up on the path towards getting there.
Take your time to arrive inside